right now. Matt, is this your first time in Edmonton?
Yes, it is. It's my first time on the West Coast, actually. So,
What have you thought of the city so far?
oh, it's beautiful. I love it so far. All the people are nice. Love the rink. The rink's awesome. Everyone seems like they're really nice, and everyone seems like they love the Oilers here. So it's a really passionate city, and I'm honored to be here.
Maybe just take us through what your draft day was like and getting the news of being drafted.
Yeah, it was a pretty whirlwind day. Honestly, it was a long day, and it was pretty exciting to get the call. I really didn't know what was going to happen. It's been through this process a couple of times now, and so just didn't really know what was going to happen. So went in with an open mind, and second I got the call, my dreams came true, and just a whirlwind of emotions came through, and just a lot of joy and happiness with my family.
Were you watching with your family, or are you just kind of just taking in the day because you don't really know when that call is going to come?
Yeah, I was with my family, all at my house, just sitting in the living room with the TV on. So
How would you kind of describe your year that was with Merrimack?
it went really well, I think. We made steps as a program. It stinks that we weren't able to win at the end, but we took everything out of it, and we made it to the tournament, and that was our goal, to get to the tournament. And obviously we didn't win the whole thing, and that's the big goal, but we think that we took steps as a program, and next year we have a good group coming back, and we think we have the tools that we can take the next steps.
You made a pretty big jump this year, I think 20 more points than you had the previous year. What changed maybe year over year? Was it just the opportunity or just your personal growth?
I think it's a lot of my personal growth. I really started focusing on my physical strength and my physical nature of my whole body, and I think just really focusing on my diet was a big thing. I really took steps as a human being as well. I think learning a lot as I'm growing up and just being able to adjust and adapt to new things every day, and I think just the opportunities that I were given this year were awesome, and I think just making the most of it was something I focused on, and obviously I had a good year, but I want to keep improving on it.
How would you describe your game for people who maybe haven't seen you play?
I think I'm a hard worker. I like to compete, and I love to win. I'll do anything it takes, and I think just finding ways to win is my main thing, and just doing things that maybe some guys not like to do, getting in the dirty areas, win puck battles. That's just the kind of guy I am. So.
How do you kind of get that mindset to be that tenacious player who is willing to get into the corners and be that kind of player?
I think just the love of the game. I absolutely love the game of hockey. It's my favorite thing in the world. So I think just continuing to fall in love with the game more and more every day and just enjoying it, because like I said, I love the game of hockey, and I love playing and putting my skates on. So I think just every day going to the rink and loving what I do, I think is important.
How'd that love develop? Like, when did you remember really starting to get into the sport?
Yeah, I have two older brothers. Both of them were athletes, and we all three boys. So it's kind of, you can expect what that house is like a little bit. And we like to have fun, and we played a lot of hockey, a lot of football, a lot of lacrosse, just all the sports. My dad played football in college. My mom was an athlete as well. So just I have a lot of athletic genes in my family. So I think just the love for athletics and sports, I think, is a big thing in my family. It's a big passion. So.
Matt, you talked about the physical side of things and how you're physically maturing. Is that bulking up? Is that adding muscle? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, I think just getting some muscle on my arms, my forearms, my lower legs. I think just extending my stride a little bit, getting my stride a little bit stronger. I think getting lower on draws is the thing I want to focus on this year, because I like to take draws, and just winning those draws are obviously important, and you don't want to lose any of them. So I think just getting my lower body stronger and my forearms a little bit stronger, so where I'm stronger on my stick and stronger in the corners as well.
Not to get too introspective here, but you said you grew as a human being as well. What were some of the lessons that you maybe learned in the last 2 years or so?
I think just never take anything for granted. This opportunity that I have to be a part of such a awesome organization, it's just something that you can't take for granted, and every day you wake up and this is a lifestyle, and you want to be able to live this lifestyle. And I think just learning the ins and outs of whether it's the classroom, whether it's the hockey rink, or whether it's the gym, just continuing to follow the lead of guys that have put good footsteps in front of me and just continue to grow.
Yeah, it's been 2 years since you turned 18, obviously drafted as a 20-year-old. Can you talk about the steps that you've had to make mentally in order to make sure that that dream stayed alive, and now here you are in a Northern's development camp?
Yeah, it was obviously, as you can tell, like, I was missed twice in the draft, so just taking that mentality and not letting it get to me was something I really focused on. Like, the second that those two drafts ended, I just put my head down and went to work, and that's kind of who I am. That's kind of what I have been my whole life. It's just I've kind of been looked over a lot in my life, so just continuing to put my head down and work, because I believe in myself, and I believe that I can do what I can do and make it. So I just I got to continue to follow what I believe in, and you know, if it's getting in the gym more and focusing on my diet more, I want to be able to get myself as best as I can, and that's something that just growing up as a person, I'm starting to realize more and more about.
Last question for me. Now that you've said that, and now you have the Oilers crest on your chest, how do you describe that feeling?
Honestly, it really hasn't kicked in too much. This last week's been pretty whirlwind since the draft. I flew out about 2 days later, so just right now it means the whole world to me. It really does. It means that my work it's not paying off yet, but it's starting to get towards those steps in my career, and just it's a complete honor and a privilege. As like I said, I've been kind of looked over a little bit in my life in hockey, so just this is a surreal moment for me and my family, and everyone back home they're rooting for me, and you know, I'm just here to put my best foot forward and show what I got.
You seem very goal-oriented. Have you set up any goals for the upcoming year?
Yes, my goal is to win the championship. I want to win a championship. I've missed a lot of championships over the last several hockey seasons, and I think just that's my goal this year is get the championship, because like I said, we came up a game short this year, and the feeling wasn't great. So just I want to be on the other end of that and prove that, you know, we belong and that I belong here.
Matt, how does that head-down mentality and believing in yourself really, you know, be able to play into the work that you do here at development camp amongst all the other prospects that you're alongside?
I think it's great, because I think a lot of people have that mentality here. You can see a lot of great players here, and a lot of players have made steps in their careers over the last couple of years, with some of the guys being first-time pros and second-time pros, and they're really just putting a good foot forward for me and some of the other prospects here. And I think just following the lead of guys that have made the next step, continue to grow their game and develop as a person and a player, and you know, adjusting to the lifestyle. It's a big thing. It's a new life. So I think just preparing myself and getting as ready as I can is big.
You mentioned having experience of being looked over. How do you actually kind of channel that as fuel going into experiences like this, the work that you're going to do throughout your summer and heading into your next year of school as well?
I think it's my main push. I think it's the fire under my belt. I think it's something that really lights me and really makes me push forward and keep pushing, because like this world, nothing's given to you, and you have to earn everything. And my father and my mother have made that pretty clear to me, that you have to earn everything you're given, and you can't just expect something. You have to go and get it, and the second you expect it, it's never going to happen. So you have to just keep pushing forward and moving to the next steps.
Did you grow up a Bruins fan?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I'll tell you that I did, but they kind of let me down this year a little bit. But no, I'm a Boston guy. I love the Patriots, Celtics, Red Sox. My grandmother actually used to work for the Red Sox for a bunch of years. She was a volunteer there, so yeah, we have a lot of Boston blood in us. But
A few more Oiler jerseys in the house.
oh yes, definitely.
Fire going up.
Brad Marchand was.
Yeah.
I just, you know, he's a guy that likes to stir the pot, loves to get the crowd going, and I think that's the kind of guy I am. I like to get the crowd going a little bit. So he's a guy that really is able to make plays and do all the little things and the right things on and off the ice too. So.